Yo, it's your boy DC3, and this is Dctree-Nation, the channel on YouTube that covers hoops and heroes. And today we're talking hoops. We're talking Derrick White, y'all. The Spurs just pulled out a comeback victory against the Bulls. I know it's the Bulls, y'all, but I will take a win. A W is a W. And Derrick White, although he started the game very slow, he was able to finish them off for the team. So it got me to thinking, is Derrick White heating up? You get what I'm saying? He has had some injuries. He has had setbacks with the COVID-19 situation. I'm not even sure if he actually had the virus, but I know he was exposed, so he had to miss games because of that. Now, all that is behind him. So the question is he warming up? And my answer is yes, yes, yes. He is warming up. He's warming up quicker than Iron Fist. He's warming up quicker than Super Saiyan 3. Listen, he's warming up quicker than Black Lightning when he's pissed off. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Derrick White is coming alive slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. He's coming alive. He's warming up. But before I jump too deep into it, if you like my content, please sub to the channel. Okay guys, I just want to start this video by saying that it is clear to me as a Spurs fan that Derrick White is warming up. He is getting better game by game. He is getting more comfortable, more confident, and that's a good sign for the San Antonio Spurs. You know, a lot of people feel like I'm anti-Derrick White on the channel, but I'm really not. You know, I'm rooting for all these players. You get what I'm saying? I'm rooting for this guy to play well. You get what I'm saying? So it's good to see him warming up a bit, because let's be honest, you know, he has had a rough season, and it's not necessarily has anything to do with his skill set. It has nothing to do with his potential. He just has had a tough go at it. If you think about the toe surgery in the summer, and then to follow that with, you know, a re-injuring of the toe, you know, a broken toe, then to come back, finally get a rhythm, work yourself back in the rotation, you know, have a good scoring game with Murray, and then all of a sudden had that plug pulled because of COVID-19. You know, I'm not even sure if he actually had the virus or was he just exposed, but he was out for a while. He was out for a long time. The whole team was out for a while, but then they held Derrick White back for whatever reason, you know, a few more games even after the Spurs returned. So I don't know if he had the virus or he was just really, you know, in close contact with someone. Maybe it was his fiance or his wife. I can't remember if he's married or not. Maybe that was the situation. But he's had a tough go at it. So I got to give him an A just for perseverance, for coming to work every day, for going out there, playing with his all. He's been a little rusty, but I'm telling you, he's starting to warm up. You know, and three out of the last 4 games that he has participated in, he has scored 17 points. If he can give us that 17 points on a nightly basis, that would be awesome. And that would merge flawlessly with the 16 points that Murray has given us. Because I've said this many times before, Derrick White is the offensive, you know, player in that category. You get what I'm saying? If we're talking about offensive guards outside of DeMar DeRozan, you got to go Derrick White. Murray's offense has improved drastically, but he clearly has to work harder to get his offense, you know, drives to the basket, you know, athletic layups, you get what I'm saying, pull-ups in traffic. He has to do all that. But Derrick White, on the other hand, can score effortlessly, you know, long range, shoot the 3, you know, get the bucket up, you know, get to the basket, make the good decision. You get what I'm saying? So Derrick White, he showed who he was again tonight. He did have, you know, like a horrible shooting night early on, but he was able to finish off the game versus the Bulls. And that's what good players do. That's what great players do. They keep shooting the basketball, they don't lose their confidence, and they close out the game for their team, okay? Another aspect of his game that I have been very impressed with in the last few games in particular is his play on the defensive end. Now, this is no surprise completely because he has always been one of the Spurs' best defensive players. But the reason why I'm emphasizing it now is he has been really good at blocking shots, especially for a guard. Okay, in the last few games, he did have a 4-block game. Tonight against the Bulls, he had a 2-block game. He has been getting the blocks against other teams, man. He's been putting the defensive work in, and that's something that Murray isn't particularly good at blocking shots. He's the steals leader, but clearly White is the block leader, and he's averaging about 1.1 blocks per game, which is really insane when you consider that he isn't a big man and that our best shot blocker, which is Pirtle, is averaging 1.6. So you got to give props to Derrick White for, despite some of his offensive woes, putting the work in defensively and helping the Spurs be a better team on that side of the floor. Again, I've always said this, clearly I'm a Murray fan, but I have always said this: the powerhouse of White and Murray together, forming Voltron, forming a Power Ranger Zord, forming something, is going to be awesome for this team. We're stronger together than separated. This isn't Murray versus White. This is, the Spurs backcourt of the future, especially on the defensive end. And I think we saw that tonight with the Bulls, of things to come. Seeing these two guys work together, coexisting. That's what this is about, Spurs fans. Unity. Also, currently, Derrick White has only played 12 games, man. Feels like he's been around longer than that, but he's only played 12 games. And that's out of like 35 games that the Spurs have played. And I think he's only started around 8 games. That's insane. You get what I'm saying? It feels like he's been around or has returned quicker than that. I guess it has something to do with the whole COVID-19 quarantine situation he found himself in. That makes it seem like he's been around or played more games than he actually has. So when you take that into consideration, the fact that he's warming up is a really good sign, because we haven't seen peaked Derrick White. We haven't seen him at his best at 100%. You get what I'm saying? So that's very, very encouraging as a Spurs fan. So, I've said this before, I don't quite see him as an all-star just yet. Heck, I don't see Murray as an all-star either. You get what I'm saying? I don't think we're quite there. Our young guys aren't quite there yet. But you never know what might happen, man. Maybe Derrick White is the all-star that a lot of fans feel like he is. I just haven't seen it yet. But by no means am I rooting against that. I want the Spurs to get as good as they possibly can. I want the glory days to return. I want the contending days to return. But I know realistically we're a couple years from that, a few years away from that, with Keldon and Lonnie and, hopefully DeRozan as well. If he could take a bit of a pay cut to help us out, man, I would love to have him on the squad. But I guess that's a video for another day. All right, guys, that's it for this one. Thanks for kicking it with me. Let me know in the comments, do you feel like Derrick White is warming up? And what is his peak this season? What do you think? Thanks for kicking it with me, guys. Check out the other videos on the channel, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.